Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's Freelance Friday, we are going to be talking about 7 different fashion photography income streams because this is a question that I do get asked a lot, and it's definitely relating to the question of how do I earn money from fashion photography. It's so hard to know where to earn money from fashion photography if you don't know where to look or what you're aiming to actually earn money from. So I want to talk about 7 different streams today that I regularly use and that I know a lot of other fashion photographers aim for when they're trying to earn money from their fashion photography. So I want to just say something before we get into those 7 streams of income. There are a few different subgenres that you should be aware of when looking at potentially trying to earn income from different modes of fashion photography. And I think these things to keep in mind is that there'll be different subgenres of each of the points that I'm talking about today. So when you're talking about fashion photography, it's really made up of a whole lot of different genres. So you'd be looking at swimwear, you'd be looking at beauty, general fashion, athletic wear, shoes, hair, and other genres. So it's really important to keep those in mind when I'm talking about that today. And they're kind of like little subgenres of each of the points that I'm going to make in terms of fashion photography earning streams. So the first income stream that I'm going to talk about today is campaigns. Now, campaigns are where the big money is at with fashion photography. This is where you really want to aim for if you really want to get those big jobs, those billboard ads. This is where the really big money is with fashion photography. And this is what people talk about when they talk about getting paid $10,000 for a job. It is advertising, and campaigns are usually seasonal. So they may happen around 4 times a year. A lot of different brands will have more than 4 campaigns a year though. That's very dependent on the brand that you're shooting for. And this is where you really want to aim for those bigger jobs, those nice juicy jobs that you can get a few times a year even, just to help supplement your income and to really get your work on the next level. This is something that a lot of people will aim for with fashion photography. Number 2 is lookbooks. Now, lookbooks are a little bit different. They're kind of like a campaign, but they're on a very muted level, if that makes any sense. So lookbooks kind of tend to be a little bit of a mix between e-commerce photography and campaigns. Lookbooks are kind of that midpoint of showing off the clothing mainly. There's not too much creativity going on within the shots a lot of the time. They tend to be a lot more simple, a lot more refined and drawn back because they really want to show you the clothing. And a lot of the time you'll have quite a number of images in lookbook where you'll be looking at all the different clothes coming out for the new season or all the different products depending on what you're photographing with fashion photography. So that's another thing that you can get paid for, but it is a lot more refined than campaigns, and it's usually a tier down from what you'd be earning maybe on a campaign. Number 3 is e-commerce. Now, e-commerce is something that I've talked about a lot on my channel, and e-commerce is a more consistent form of income because e-commerce for brands like ASOS and The Iconic here in Australia, they will have shoots weekly. They are usually for fast fashion, but a lot of the time e-commerce will be associated with many different brands. E-commerce just means online commercial work. So when you're looking at buying clothes online, you'll see the photography there is e-commerce. And that's basically very simple photography. A lot of the time it's in front of a white wall. Its pure purpose is to show off that clothing and to show the person buying it what it looks like as clearly as possible. As I said, it's a very consistent form of income, and it's something that I highly recommend if you're looking at supplementing your income with anything. E-commerce is definitely one to aim for. It's not the most exciting form of income for fashion photography, but it's definitely a consistent one. Number 4 is product photography. Now, product photography can be associated with any of the above, and I put product as its own kind of category here because I know not all photographers, not all fashion photographers will do product photography as well, but it's definitely something that you should move into if you're really searching for another income stream to your business. Product photography is huge, and you can use it in social media content creation. You can use it for product campaigns. A lot of the time brands will have that associated with their campaigns that they're shooting for, and even e-commerce. E-commerce will have a range of product photography just for itself, just to show off the products as clearly as possible. So product is definitely another thing that I would consider as a fashion photographer if you're looking at supplementing your income with another income stream. Number 5 is model portfolios and agency portfolios. So sometimes modeling agencies may reach out to different photographers to do a paid portfolio test. Now, this is usually a lot of the time for their newer models, and maybe they haven't been able to get enough collaborations or enough free testing done with other photographers, and they're quite desperate for a few more photos in a model's portfolio. So this is something that can happen from time to time. It doesn't happen super regularly, and a lot of the time you might struggle to find that kind of work. But on the other hand, model portfolios in general may become a very lucrative source of income for you. There are a lot of models out there who are looking at pitching themselves to modeling agencies, and they don't have much of a portfolio to begin with. So these are the types of people that you can really collaborate with on a paid basis to help them build a portfolio. This is another stream of income that can become very lucrative, as there are a lot of models out there who do need images for their portfolios. Even for models who are already signed, they may contact you directly to have more images added to their portfolios if they really like your style of work. So definitely don't discount this as a stream of income, because it can really help your business sustain itself, especially for fashion photography. Number 6 is small client portfolios. So this could really be for small businesses, and it's closely related to model portfolios, but it's more so for either a makeup artist or a stylist or a hairstylist or someone else in the creative industries. Sometimes you may get an inquiry from a makeup artist, for example, who wants to have more images in their portfolio. Maybe you might be really good with beauty photography and they want your work in their portfolio, and that's going to be really to show off their work as well. So they really want to be able to pay you for that, and that's another really good stream of income that I would definitely consider if you are looking at diversifying your income streams. Instead of just aiming for campaigns or aiming for lookbooks or aiming for even e-commerce, try and add a few of these pieces of clientele to your income streams as a fashion photographer, because you'll start to find that your business will become a little bit more sustainable and you'll be getting a little bit more work consistently from it. And then number 7, as an income stream, I've listed editorial as the last one. So the reason I've done this is because editorial, I feel, is rarely paid. When I'm speaking about editorial, I'm talking about editorial in the form of magazines and even online magazines and getting your work published that way. The reason I've listed it last though is because a lot of the time it's not always paid. So you may get asked to do an editorial sometimes, and a lot of the time it can be unpaid. On the rare occasion, it will be paid though. So I don't want you to discount this as a form of an income stream, because it definitely does happen, but it does tend to be a lot more rare in terms of editorial. So it's something to keep in mind. Maybe if you're looking at doing editorial, maybe don't aim for that as much if you're really looking to sustain your business with income, because it tends to happen a lot more rarely that you'll be paid for it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed hearing about these 7 different income streams for fashion photography today. I'm sure there's other ones that I've missed and that I've even done myself before, but these are 7 that I really do tend to stick by in terms of regular earnings and really keeping your business sustainable as a fashion photographer. If you have any questions about today's video, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, make sure to click the subscribe button and the notification bell to make sure you see all the videos that I'll have coming up on my YouTube channel in future. Thank you guys so much again for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!